Hey, Aries Rising. This is your tarot scope for the Venus Retrograde that is starting off in your first house of self and will be moving into Pisces, into your 12th house of hidden life, sorrows, the unknown, what's hidden. So let's see what the cards have got to say for you. Okay. A lot of emotions here. You are being asked during this Venus retrograde to understand that you can hold space for conflicting emotions. Things do not have to be black or white. You can be processing grief in one area of your life while also feeling joy in another area. You know, you can be letting go of something and feeling that grief of letting go, but also excitement for what is to come. The Ten of Cups is one of the stage cards in the tarot. And the staged cards are when the imagery, the people in the card look like they are on stage. They look like they are acting. And in the Ten of Cups, we think about, acting. We are told we're supposed to be happy, supposed to, always be positive. And it's not realistic. It's not realistic. The Ten of Cups is a reminder that we live life to the fullest by feeling all of our emotions. To be human is to feel that full range of emotions. And the Ten of Cups invites us to be present in the moment by feeling what is coming up. And the next card that showed up here is the Nine of Cups reversed. The Nine of Cups asks you to connect with what you truly desire. What do you truly want? So as Venus moves into Pisces, into your 12th house, you may be invited to really connect with what is in your subconscious. What are your subconscious desires that maybe you have not allowed yourself to fully feel, to express to others? And we're conditioned from a young age by society, by caregivers, the people around us, to want certain things, to go down a certain path. And sometimes for some of us, we don't take the time to connect with ourselves to check in to see, is that what I really truly want? So the Nine of Cups here is asking you to take that time to reflect, to make sure that what you are moving towards is something that you truly desire, not something that someone else wants for you. And with this reversal here, I find that often the reversals or they can mean that there's a resistance. So if you've been really resisting connecting with your emotions, connecting with your true desires, what is causing that resistance? Sometimes that can be, we just don't want to take action, or we're scared of the action that we're going to have to take in order to, pivot in our life, to go after what we truly desire. That might involve letting something go, giving something up, making drastic changes in our life. It could also just be, maybe you were shamed for expressing what you truly desired when you were younger. So therefore, you have kind of shoved that part of you, that desire, away. Oh, as I hit my microphone, you've shoved that part of yourself away, repressed that part of yourself. So there may be a resistance, rightfully so, to bringing it back to the surface, to connecting, creating, or connecting with that part of yourself to create the next version of yourself. And lastly, what showed up here, we have the Justice card. And Justice reminds us that things can be neutral. They don't have to be good or bad. Often when we go through a situation, we tend to label it. We label it as bad. and we're like, oh, that was a bad idea, that was a bad decision, that was a mistake. Or we labeled it as good. Oh, I was smart when I made that decision, that was a good decision. And when we label something as a bad decision, it often comes along with us beating ourselves up, shaming ourselves for, the decision that we made. So with justice, we're asked to find this balance in our mind with how we view things. And this reminder that it can be neutral. You can have that experience and walk away from it. And instead of looking at it as bad, instead just view it as, oh, that's what I learned. I made that decision. That's what I experienced. And this is what I learned. And now I know if I don't want to experience that again, I won't make that decision. We are reminded in justice of the power of our mind. The sword, it's this reminder that our mind can really be positive and serve us, but it can also disempower us depending on how we choose to frame things, how we choose to talk to ourselves. You were trying to find balance here, balance within. And again, here, balance of, can you hold space for these two conflicting emotions? Can you look at things from two different perspectives and find that neutral middle ground? And I think this work is going to be really important for you to move forward towards what you want. And reminder, this is a retrograde, so you don't have to take action yet. These 6 weeks or so, right, 40 days, are about reflecting, are about doing the work of connecting with yourself. This is in your first house, and connecting with your inner world, connecting with your subconscious, and uniting, finding this middle ground, holding space for yourself, holding space for your emotions, holding space for your mind, understanding, really learning that the mind isn't always right. Like, you are being called to connect with your heart, connect with your intuition, go after what you desire. And often our brain gets in the way of that. Our mind gets in the way because it's easier to stay in what's safe. It's easier to stay in what we know, what's comfortable. Making moves, going towards something that's unknown to us, that's unfamiliar, is uncomfortable. So during this Venus retrograde, can you hold space for yourself? Can you allow yourself to see things from different perspectives? And I'm going to pull one more card because I think we need one more card here just for some support. How can you support yourself? How can you support yourself as you're going through this? King of Pentacles. Remember that you are in control of yourself. You cannot control how anyone else shows up. You can control what action anyone else takes, but you do have the power to control your own actions. And to fully embody the King of Pentacles is to take into consideration your emotions, to take into consideration your mind, to take into consideration your energy, and from those three elements, then take the action that is in alignment for you, that is in your highest and best interest. So with the King of Pentacles being your support card, during this time, when you are processing these emotions, when you are processing these thoughts and these beliefs, as things are coming to the surface for you, what actions can you take to take care of yourself? What actions will be loving and supportive for you? This can be canceling the plans that you made because you don't have the energy, because you've been feeling it, like you've been going through, you've been processing. This can also be making plans with someone who can support you, who can hear you out. This can be making time in your schedule to do acts of self-care. This will look different for everyone, but for you, what is going to be the actions, the behaviors, the habits that will be the most supportive for you as you move through this retrograde? I hope this helps. I hope this is supportive. If you feel called to book a one-on-one reading, I have just opened my books for March. I do one-on-one readings, hour-long readings, where we hop on Zoom, and I also do recorded readings where you can send in your question. I will pull cards and send you a video, and I do a limited number of those per month, but my books are open for March. So if you feel called to have a more in-depth reading to support you through this Venus retrograde or anything else going on in your life, you can find the link to book a reading below in the notes.